semi-final time in the Geelong Football League, and who better to talk about all the action this weekend than the Geelong Advertiser's GFL reporter Mitch Cleary. Mitch, good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Nick. 1 week closer to the action.
Yes, it's very exciting times, and of course Bell Park. Let's talk about the Dragons. They've got a lot of injury concerns this year, or they certainly did. They're playing South Barwon in the second semi-final. Are those guys going to be back this week? I'll tell you what, they had a few out the last time they played South in round 17.
They've had 7 or 8 of their best 22 out in the last fortnight of footy. Obviously, they've had the week off, which is a pretty good preparation for this week at Skills Stadium against South Barwon. They won this fixture last year. These sides have seen plenty of each other, so I think Bell Park, they're going to do everything to have these boys, Talbot, Sheringham, and all their guns on the field this week to take on the reigning premiers in South Barwon.
Exactly. It's fairly formidable when you look at their lineup, and they've had all these guys out all year, but they've still been able to produce really good footy. You mentioned Talbot, you mentioned Jackson Sheringham. They've had a lot of VFL guys as well, Couch and Cuthill. 7 or 8 didn't play the last time these two teams played, so we can't really read too much into that result. But you did mention last year they did knock them off, but of course South Barwon has been that bogey side for Bell Park over the last couple of years. How do you see this match unfolding on Saturday?
I'm probably going to tip South Barwon at this stage. They know Skills Stadium like the back of their hand. They've done it in all the big games in the last number of seasons, and with Bell Park having the week, I think they might be just a little bit rusty. A few of these boys haven't played a lot of footy in the last month or so, so I'm going to tip South Barwon. They did the job against St Joey's last week and showed how formidable they can be on the big stage.
They seem to awake from any slumber come September, don't they? They just seem to get all guns firing now. Of course, on Sunday we've got another really good semi-final as well. It's a knockout semi-final. It's between St Joseph's and Newtown and Chilwell. You were down there on Sunday and saw Newtown and Chilwell do the job on Colac, and they did a pretty good job and kicked away and won by a considerable margin. How do you see this match unfolding?
I think Newtown and Chilwell's big asset in that game was to lock Colac down. They locked them down around the stoppages and were able to spread, use handballs. You were at the game as well, and I mentioned that as well. They were able to spread from the contest and on the wide expanses of Skills Stadium. That's something they're going to have to do against St Joseph's. Their game plan stacks up pretty well on the ground, and I think they're going to have to stop St Joseph's, and namely Russell Robertson kicking big goals.
Yeah, that's it. Stop him and you go a long way to stopping Joey's. Now, just before we wrap it up, the Matheson Medal is next week. Plenty of stars in the GFL. Who's your tip, Mitch? Who's going to take home the Matheson Medal next Wednesday?
I'm going to tip Daniel Lovick. I'm a fan of watching him play footy, just the way he tacks the ball out of the back line for St Joey's. He's had a pretty good year, improved from last year where he also polled pretty well. So here's my tip.
All right, watch that one with interest. He was good on the weekend as well. Now, you did pick South Barwon this weekend, but of course history shows that even if you lose a second semi, you can have a second life in the finals. Who's your tip for the premiership in a couple of weeks' time?
They can't look past South Barwon. They've won 5 of the last 6. History's on their side, and nothing to me at the moment suggests why they can't do it again. All
right, we'll watch that with interest. Thanks very much for your time, Mitch, and good luck to all the teams competing over the weekend in the GFL finals. This has been a special edition of Footy Fix.